Hello, YouTube. Um, I'm here to do another commentary on the one and only King B, Beyonce. Y'all know my channel also focuses in on the reigning diva of music. This might be also a video response to Trini Trent TV. I don't know. It's very rare for me. I don't do video responses just for the sake of it. It really got to be a very bold, interesting topic. It got to be a real controversial topic for me to jump in with a video response because y'all know I'm a YouTuber and us YouTubers don't usually do video responses to other YouTubers unless it's a bold topic. But Trini Trent TV, who also owns the popular blog LavaLizard.com, I've seen his blog in the past, and I did not know he had a YouTube channel. Um, Me personally, I don't like that background color. I wish he had changed it from the orange because it's hard to see the letters unless he changed the letters. Because it's an orange background with it's a lizard-like orange design with the black let. It's hard for somebody to see, and I got 20/20 vision. But anyways, he pretty much made I think a 18-minute video or whatever talking about Beyonce is now irrelevant pretty much. Beyonce is trying to keep up with the Rihannas and the Lady Gaga. Nobody's beside the Beehive. Nobody's looking for her. Nobody's not missing Beyonce. Whenever you go to an article, is a lot of hate on Beyonce. And you know what? I usually go in because if any of y'all see my comments that I do on my off time on YouTube, y'all know when somebody try to read Beyonce, I go right back with them. I try to correct their ass, but he was hard because let me tell you how hard he is. If you go to his video and yet you see my comments, I had to do 4 damn comments and use all the characters. YouTube allows 500 characters. I needed 4 of them. So I had to do damn 2,000 words. I would have been better off doing a damn paragraph, a long essay on his damn personal blog. I mean, Lord, he made it real hard to defend damn Beyonce after he got finished. He read Beyonce for fifth. He tried to slay Beyonce. So as a member of the Beehive, I got to get our queen back on top because we got people like Trini Trent TV reading Beyonce for fifth. Now he touched on some key points. Beyonce, she has that drag queen like persona with the the thrusting of the hips and the glamorous outfits and the big hair. That's typical, wonderful drag queens. You He is right, we gays, we love our Beyonce. Our Beyonce is our Tina Turner, honey. The gays live for Tina Turner back in the day. And we modern day gays, we live for Queen B. You got some that live for Mariah. I don't know why. I guess you got them kinds of people that just favor, the more toned down music. The Mariahs, the Elvanas, the Lana Del Rey's, the old, fancy soulful singers or whatever. Me, I am I'm a diva, honey. That's my favorite song, Diva, honey. I love the choreography. Honey, I wish somebody get me a damn leather outfit. I'll shake it, honey. I love the beepy boppy songs Beyonce comes out with. Then again, I'm 20 years old. I guess they time, oh, Beyonce's 30. She should appear to a she should be more adult. She's a mother. You hear a lot of Christians and stuff say that. And number one, a lot of y'all are hypocritical asses. I hope somebody come across this video. Now, I understand the Christians trying to come for Beyonce and say, oh, she acting all slutty on stage. She's thrusting her hips and she's dressing all slutty and stuff. That's what the Christians are going to say. They're going to say that all day long. I'm not here for y'all Christians with that. I'm here for these hypocritical damn women that are questioning Beyonce when when you go off of YouTube, you probably wearing a damn short skirt yourself, going out to the clubs. You putting that Remy in your hair, You getting your damn $35 manicure, yet you can't buy your babies no diapers. You getting your darn children clothes from the thrift store, yet you going darn you hitting up the malls for these brand new designs for you, and you want to talk about Beyonce? Don't judge unless you want to be judged, and more likely you can get read for 10 times more filth, honey. And I also want to point out, I find it very ironic that people are talking about Beyonce as a mother and she shouldn't be doing that on stage. She should be setting an example for Blue Ivy. I mean, I don't hear nobody saying that for any other artist. Y'all act like darn Beyonce is the only mother who done had a child and is still doing, raunchy songs on stage or whatever. They always try to sugarcoat it. They compare her to younger artists. They try to compare her to Rihanna and Lady Gaga. Um, Sorry I got interrupted. The sheriff was at my door. I guess looking for my uncle. Another something to talk about on my personal channel. There will be a 20-minute video on my personal channel uploaded within the next 2 days. But anyways, people always quick to compare Beyonce to um, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, and Nicki Minaj as far as being within the area of pop and don't have no children. But why not compare Beyonce to the women that do have children? Like I don't see nobody trying to come for Jennifer Lopez, and she is 43 years old and has 2 children. She has 2 children and she was still she came out with a good song called Dance on the Floor. I want to dance on the floor. Everybody put your drinks up. That got 600 million hits on darn YouTube. And then she came out with one with Casper called Dance Again, where she's thrusting her, where she's on the darn thing and she's pouncing her booty around and everything. Ain't nobody telling darn gone J Lo to sit down, and she's over 10 years older than Beyonce with 2 children. Another thing is, and J Lo, no shade, no tea, she uses auto tune. Ain't nobody telling her she need to sit down to auto tune. You know, at least Beyonce sings with her true vocals. And whenever she doesn't, it's playback. It's still her voice. Um, Also, Madonna, the so-called Queen of Pop. She is a wonderful woman. No, not to take anything from her. She has sold over, I think, 300 million albums or records. I think 300 million records. Uh, One of the most iconic women in history. Everybody knows Vogue. Every gay knows, and you better get on the dance floor, baby. You better get on the floor. Vogue, Vogue, Vogue. Don't just stand there. Don't just stand there. Everybody lives for Vogue and express yourself. But Madonna, she is 53 years old and she is still trying to compete with Lady Gaga and stuff. She the one that need to really sit down. Ain't nobody telling her ass to sit down, and she literally mooning people on stage. Literally. I mean, she literally took her bodysuit or corset or whatever the hell she had on at 53 years old, and she literally mooned the entire audience. It was for some sort of charity or whatever. What shocked me was the fact that people threw money on the darn stage. I think she got about 50 some $1,000 thrown on the stage when she mooned the entire audience. Me personally, if I was in the audience, I would have probably threw $5 up there for her to put the damn pants back on, because nobody don't want to see 50-year-olds selling it like honey. You ain't getting it that you ain't getting it like Lady Gaga with the choreography. So you know you drooping at damn 50 something. Put the damn pants back on. It ain't enough damn pantyhose. You know what? I think she on the flat end of the spectrum anyway, but ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, ain't nobody told darn Madonna and J Lo to sit down. Yet y'all want to try to tell Beyonce she needs to sit down. Another thing is, Beyonce is not relevant. Besides the Beehive, ain't nobody looking for Beyonce. You know, he was true with the where every article you go on you find hate. And that is sadly true for Beyonce. Beyonce's done so much in 15 years. She has been through two millenniums. She been through the first millennium, that and the second millennium. The 21st century is the start of a new millennium. She's been through the 20th century, the 21st century. She's been through 3 decades in 15 years. Because you got the late 90s, you got the early 2000s, and she is still doing, she's still trying to do strong in the third decade, the second decade of the 2000s. 2010 started off the second decade of the 2000s. And she did Fierce with I Am Sasha Fierce, her highest selling album. She's not relevant. People is not looking for Beyonce. People do not want Beyonce to come back. And you know what? I'm you know, it's hard to argue with that. You don't see nobody really fighting for Beyonce to tuss up for the Beehive. And we Beehive, we really got to get our queen back on top. We got to get people talking about Beyonce. I really hope she is doing what Wendy Williams said and she's coming out with 2 albums. I hope that is one thing Wendy Williams said that is true. You know, she get her information from media takeout, so you got to look at it with, squinty eyes. You got to look at it as 50-50. No, really anything Wendy Williams say, you got to take it at 50-50. You can't really take it at face value too tough. I really hope she come out with 2 albums. She need to come out with a full hardcore song. She need to come out with a little bit of, up tempos and a little bit of run the world diva, bow down. She need to come out with a real hard hitting song to slay the Rihanna Navy. And then come out with a soulful album to slay these other artists that's trying to come up. The Luke James, I have yet to find out. I seen Luke James on the Scorpion Show, but I haven't really looked into his music, so I can't critique him because I don't know what his music is like. But she need to come out with a soulful song because she got them vocals. She needs to come out with a song that can go up against, that can stand against Adele. Yeah, a real powerful song where she is sitting down somewhere and just belting out vocals. And you know, with Beyonce artistry, she can slay it. Damn, Adele got what, 400-500 million views for Rolling in the Deep, and the darn person's the samurai is slinging powder around and throwing glasses against the plates. Beyonce can slay it. She can come out with some sort of artistry that slays it. Beyonce got that Missy Elliott in her. Missy ahead of her time. She can come out with a good background with them powerful vocals and come out with a real soulful hit that would dominate YouTube with 500 million views. We need to get Beyonce with a video that can get her into that 500 million view slot because Beyonce is too powerful of an artist not to have a dominant song. That is what I'm upset about. The media team, Beyonce, I'm speaking to you as a Beehive. You is like a sister. So unlike the other Beehives, I'm going to give it to you honest. The other Beehive, they anything you come out with is a hit. But I got to be honest to you like a sister. I got to give you that true love to help you get up there. You need a song that's going to get up there with that YouTube. It's a shame that you got every other artist up there in that 500 million YouTube slot, and Beyonce don't got one song. One song. None of her hits is in the 500 million area. Single Ladies, 212 million views. Run the World, 172 million views. Crazy in Love, it's finally got 15 more million because one, it was about a few months ago, it had 50 million. Now it has 65 million views. Did I forget anything? B-Day, I think, has about 50 some million views. Nowhere, nowhere near 250 million views, let alone 500 million. We need Beyonce with a 500 million view song. That's what I'm going to need for you this year, Beyonce. A 500 million view song for YouTube. Because you got Rihanna with Eminem, that got over 500 million views. The Way You Lie, Adele, Jennifer Lopez, 600 million views. Justin Bieber, he was the top of YouTube for some years before Psy came out. Now we can't compete with Gangnam Style. I'm sorry, BB. You know, it's the Koreans and stuff. They just live for the Gangnam Style. I don't know. We can't compete with that too tough. But you can get a 500 million view song. We need a very soulful album from you, and we need a very up tempo, diva raw album for you. A combination of hip hop, a little bit of opera, and everything. Now, last but not least, the publicity. Beyonce got a lot of publicity going on. Within 2 months, she's been on a dozen magazines. I only snatched up two. Y'all know I'm on a budget. Y'all know what I'm going through. If y'all have me subscribed to my personal channel, she's on black hair. I managed to get through with this. So within a week, I should be able to post stuff on my Tumblr. I'm going to go in on my Tumblr with some decent blogs. I'm really loving Mary J. blogs. I'm really loving the top 100 in here. I really want to get into fashion. I'm loving these hairs. I'm loving all these hairstyles and stuff. I really want to get into that. But anyways, with Beyonce, I got to get into the Shape magazine. But I've been doing pretty good on my own. I don't manage to get my waist extremely defined back again. My waist is snatched, darling. She's on over a dozen magazines. She slayed the Super Bowl. She slayed the national anthem the second time after having to shut the haters up. She ain't even have to talk to darn Donald Trump. Donald Trump make it. Donald Trump does enough to make an ass out of his own self. Like, leave the trash talking for Rosie O'Donnell. Um, yeah, Rosie O'Donnell gets Donald Trump together. Um, what else she's been doing? Oh, she has a fashion line coming out. I hope I can get the fashion line this year. I mean, realistically, I probably can't go to a concert once again. But I can do right by the queen and get something from the fashion line to show off my new body. I worked hard for this body. I worked over a year to get this darn body. So I need to show it off. She's doing it with the fitness. But with all this publicity, ain't nobody is really looking for Beyonce. And Beyonce, your media team is flucking up. Flucking. Flucking like a turkey. I don't know what's going on with your darn publicity team, but Beyonce, you need to hire me. Number one, I guarantee you when you hire me, with the first check, I'll be glammed out. You probably looking at this hair in the video. It's looking wild. But I guarantee you, this hair will look like some kind of This hair can look like some kind of fierce Rihanna with a good keratin blowout. This is the result of a $16 flat iron, honey. But anyways, yes, Beyonce, your media team is truly flucking up. With all this publicity, it's not doing right. You should have a lot more people. You should have a lot more people anticipating you to come out instead of turning you down, want you to sit down. So by the end of April, the beginning of May, I'm going to need you to come on out with the single. Whatever the single is, just come out with the single. It doesn't matter. Just come out with the single. You don't need no timing. You can come. You just need to come out with the single, and we just want to keep it at that because you know with Beyonce, I can go in for a half hour to an hour. We ain't got no time for that. And then within about June, oh Lord, you know what? With the timing, she gonna probably drop the album come the end of June, the BET Awards. I really wanted to come out earlier than that, but for publicity purposes, if you want to, Beyonce, come out with the album at the end of June during the hype of the BET Awards. Have everybody aiming for that darn album. The week following the darn BET Awards, come out with a hit song during the BET Award because she's supposed to be on the BET Awards. Come out with the Grown Woman. No, please come out with Grown Woman by May. And then come out with a surprise song at the BET Awards with brand new choreography to shut them down. Come out with something that's going to shut these haters up. And I'm just going to leave it at that. We'll talk more about Beyonce and her comeback in another video because this can last all day. But that's my ideas on Beyonce. She's doing good as far as publicity wise a little bit. She's getting the fashion line out there. She slayed the Super Bowl. She showed off the post baby body, whatever. And I know that's easy to get distracted. Her media team needs to work harder. It's not Beyonce. Beyonce cannot do everything by herself. She is one woman who now has a darn baby that is, 15 months old. February, March, April. Yeah, 15 months old. So she cannot do everything by herself. She needs the media team to really focus on her, especially with this time. She's doing these fashion gigs. She's doing the darn Super Bowl. She darn, she was at the Grammys and whatever with Ellen DeGeneres. So she really needs her fashion team to step it up. I mean, her media team to step it up. So that is it. If y'all have any tips, comments, suggestions about what Beyonce should do to get people more interested in her, my fellow Beehive members, please also comment in the description box about how we need to get our queen on top. Like Beyonce needs to slay the hell out of Rihanna and them. I'm sick of people always saying Rihanna this, Rihanna that. And Rihanna, I love Rihanna. She's in my top 5 favorite artists, but she is definitely not powerful than the Queen, and we need to let people know that. So leave as many comments and suggestions, Beehive, about what we need to do to get Beyonce back on top for 2013. That is it, y'all. We will talk more about this and more Beyonce videos to come, and I will see y'all soon with more videos.